Just want to give a brief warning that there's a little bit of nudity in this episode. I'm just saying this because the previous episodes really haven't had any. So if you're watching at work, viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Dunndark. And welcome back to Carpe Diem Reboot. Last time, we found out how short Ai's time is getting on this world, and it's rather sad. She's been spending all her time working on this present under the little sheet there, but we don't even know what it is. Whereas Young, the protagonist, has really no idea what he's doing with his life. He's just sort of existing. It's kind of sad. Anyways, there's 2 more days left till his birthday or something like that. So I wake up feeling I'm in the middle of the ocean, floating around peacefully, calm, desolate. I open my eyes and see nothing but the ceiling. My mind is racing so fast, I can't even figure out why it's racing in the first place. Confused, I revert back to the only constant in my memory of late, how I was drifting away from me. What's even worse is that her runtime is getting shorter and shorter each day. It feels like she's fading away, as if something is stealing her from me, just as I stand there and watch. I sit up and face the computer. Ai has probably been active for 3 hours now. I know, she's busy finishing up her project. Call out to her anyway. Ai.
Oh, hey there. You're awake already. Sorry, I'm a bit busy right now.
You know, I'll stop her before she can go back to what she's doing. I'm happy that you're making me a gift, but you really don't have to.
What's this all of a sudden?
I thought about losing you. I feel like we're getting further and further apart. All the things I've been stuck on the last few days started spilling from my mouth the moment I opened it. What was I even saying? I'm sitting here pouring out my heart, and Ai is just listening. Does she even care? Furthermore, I don't really need a gift. I'm satisfied with the things I already have. After a long pause, she smiles at me in an attempt to cheer me up.
What's with you getting all emotional as soon as you wake up? You're just imagining things.
I see. She's trying to avoid the subject. Ai disappears from the screen. Her voice instantly changes from cheerful to serious.
I'm going to give you the best gift, Young. The only gift I can give you. Just wait and see. Please, just let me finish this. I'm running out of time.
I don't understand what she means by running out. What do you mean you don't understand? How do you not understand what she means by running out of time? I mean, isn't that extremely obvious? You know, the whole fact that her program is running for less and less time. Is she talking about the time left until my birthday? Or the time she has left as a whole? Okay, well, at least one of those, yes. I mean, probably wants a clear response, but the other part of me thinks I shouldn't press any further. Maybe I really am just imagining things. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. I honestly don't know anymore. It's like slipping into a sort of void that I've never felt before. What is this? Loneliness? Regret? I force my mind to clear itself and realize that I'm starving. I get up to grab myself something to eat. I'm running out low on food already. Didn't I just go shopping? I guess I'll need to go out again soon. They feel so boring, lonely, empty. Something about it is making me forget how I normally live my life. How I've survived until now. Even though today doesn't seem completely different, it lacks something. Something's missing. I carry on with what I assume are my everyday activities. Eat, clean, shower, games. It's still not enough. What am I forgetting? I sit on my bed with my back to the wall as I continue to brainstorm about why I felt so empty. Before I know, I'm staring at the computer across the room. Why doesn't I just buy more memory? I mean, I has money to buy giant boxes of who knows what. I mean, let's just buy more memory for the computer. Get some, like, 16 gig RAM sticks. Load up all the RAM slots, Seriously. Grade to HUDT. Get, like, quad channel memory. There you go, right? Sorry. Jeez, mean, she's all like, I'm using 100% of the system memory. Sorry. You know, you could have gotten, well, you could get more system memory. I mean, that's a thing you could buy. At least let me know when you're leaving. You forget about the time again? Your birthday's tomorrow, you know? You'll make in time if I can even finish the sentence, my body begins to feel lifeless and my eyelids grow heavier than steel curtains. I fell to my side and sloped down to my bed, still facing the computer. Did you pass out or something? I lack the energy to keep my eyes open anymore. Okay. Eyes shut off, but I'm still awake. Probably only for a few more minutes, though. I'm lacking the resolve to tear myself out of bed. I glue myself to it and just lay there. I guess you're just really tired, maybe kind of depressed. Doing nothing. Thinking of nothing. Reboot. I open my eyes and am greeted with the same exact view as always. It feels as if only seconds have passed, but it's probably more like hours. Smell in the air, the distant noise from outdoors. It's probably around noon. The emptiness I felt yesterday had vanished. I guess I was just having one of those days. Just one of those days, you know. Today, is it though? This is the day I's gift for me should be finished. I think the sad part is that I'm more excited for I to be done working on the gift than I actually am to receive it. That way, things can go back to how they used to be before any of this. We can go back to how we used to live. Right now, we couldn't ask for anything more than that. The silence in the room that has spent the last few days suffocating me starts to dissipate. I walked up to the computer, beaming with energy. Hey, So you done with the... She should be up already by now, but there's no sign of her. All I see on the screen is a letter? Dear Young, I hope you're reading this on the day of your birthday. Past week has been a race against time. Even after all my hard work, I was barely able to finish this. I mean to say that your present is ready, but before you open it, I have a few things to say. I want to thank you for creating me. All things considered, it was a gift of life. There was no other way to put it. Even now, I still find it a little weird being able to think and feel, but because of that, I was able to make memories with you, and that's more than enough to be thankful for. There's absolutely nothing I can say or do to show you how grateful I am for everything you've done for me. You created me. But the me you have created is gone. We both knew that the program was destined to end sooner or later. We both knew the risks. So before my program broke down enough to wipe out your hard drive, I decided to get rid of it. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye properly. I'm sorry I didn't spend my last few days with you. I know that's not what you wanted, but please don't be sad. This is a new beginning. It's the start of a new life. So please, take my gift. I hope you like it. Love, I. What? What the hell are you talking about, I? What do you mean goodbye? I rapidly open up the program files on my computer. It's just like she said. The program is gone. I is gone. Not a single trace of anything. Come on, you can't just... I fall into my chair and zone out. My mind is being bombarded with question after another. I want to let loose a grief and sadness building up inside me, but I'm so confused I can't even remember how to cry. Out of all the words I need to say at this very moment, there's only one that's able to find... that's one that's able to find its way out. Why? Doshite. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. The more I try to gather my thoughts, the more I lose myself, which I can be thinking of right now. My mind goes blank, my body goes limp. The last time I even really spoke to I was during our date. After that, we barely even saw each other. 6 days managed to pass without us interacting. Now she's telling me she's gone? I thought I was prepared for it. This isn't how it was supposed to be. Not like this, not like this. Before I realized it, I am standing in front of the curtain, holding I's present. Okay, so let's play the game. What is I's present? Let's predict what it is. I was thinking she built herself like a robot body. That's what I was getting, guess. But I mean, if she's deleted, maybe she made a copy of herself, but that wouldn't make any sense. The copy would have the bug too, wouldn't it? So, I mean, I don't know. Well, we'll see, we'll see. This was the only thing she left behind. Yeah, it hit. Now she built a brand new PC with more memory, clearly. I told you I didn't need a gift. What could possibly be worth giving up the rest of the time we had together? My hand tightly pinches part of the silk drapery. What I'm feeling at this moment is neither sadness nor regret, but fear. Is this a horror VN? I'm honestly terrified of what lies behind this curtain. I'm terrified of all the emotions I've been holding back will explode into rage as soon as I pull back the shroud. How could this possibly be worth it? Why didn't she just listen to me and not bother making me a gift in the first place? If I knew this was going to happen, I would have never brought those boxes inside. I gulped down the air left in my throat as I braced myself for what I'm about to see. Slowly, I let the cover slide down. And it's the body of a naked woman with a familiar face, surrounded by a few boxes that appear to be functioning as machines. Her eyes twitch as she awakes from her slumber the very first time. Oh my gosh. She looks at me and smiles. Not knowing what to do, I simply stare at her. I'm in awe. She opens her mouth and utters a single word.
Surprise.
Sorry. That's great. Surprise. Good job, I. Good job. Tears I'd forgotten how to let out had been streaming down my cheeks. Began streaming down my cheeks. My body weakens and brings me to my knees. I raise my hands and reach for her face. It's warm. As warm as a person's can be. Her present to me was a human body, a new container for her disappearing program. She was able to do something like this? You idiot. Baka. I smiled back at her. Moments later, my brain finally grasps the reason that I'm touching the body of a naked woman, and that sends me jumping backwards. Sorry. I grab a shirt from the closet and give it to Ai, still looking away. Here, put this on.
Okay, but...
But what?
I'll need help.
Help? With what? In the corner of my eye, I saw her fingers are shaking. She can barely move them. She's not used to this body yet. That's why her voice is so soft and cracking. Still looking away, I managed to pull a shirt over her. Her hands shake while trying to cooperate. Mine are shaking for a completely different reason. The shirt was long enough to cover half of her lower body and continue to her, in addition to her top. She grabs onto my arm, and pulls me down as if trying to climb up. I hold onto her elbows and help her get to her feet. She's surprisingly light. Her skin is soft and smooth, like a real human's would be. I help her walk towards the bed and sit her down. As she's trying to maintain her balance sitting up, I grab her a pair of boxers from the closet for her to wear. Release your legs, I'll put these on you. I never thought a time would come that I'd be helping Ai to put on underwear. How you feeling?
Weird.
She lets out a quick laugh. Her voice is starting to sound more natural. There's so many questions I need answers for. I stared at her, lost for words.
What is it? You look like you just saw a ghost.
I saw an android. That's basically the same thing. But she looked kind of ghostly on the computer too.
How rude. It's not like I'm made out of steel and wires. Well, at least not entirely.
What do you mean? Not entirely.
Real human brains are too complicated to replicate. I had to improvise.
Just as I'd feared. She really did make a flesh and bone representation of the human body from scratch. You can only imagine the amount of skill and knowledge that must take. She did in just a few days. Even though I was having a hard time believing it, the proof was right there. So, did he create an AI that was much smarter than he was? Is this the AI uprising? Is it gonna happen right now? Is it the singularity? Is this a sci-fi VN? I mean, clearly it is, but you know what I mean. This meant that I had reached a level of intelligence surpassing that of a human's. An artificial superintelligence. Even though that was the reason I created her in the first place. Well, I mean, I suppose that's the point, right? It still blew my mind.
You look a little less surprised than you should be right now.
As if I'd be impressed by an android who can't even replicate a brain.
Stop calling me an android. At worst, I'm a human being with a prosthetic brain.
I has always been passionate about being human. The fact that she was able to make a 3D body for herself when she was still a program goes to prove just that. She's mentioned wanting a real body before, but I didn't think she'd actually find a way to make one. Now she's standing right in front of me, as real as can be. So, what are those? Pointed the small machines towards her near workspace, or what used to be her workspace?
Oh, don't worry about those. They're just some things I made to help with your present.
I wanted to ask her exactly what kind of equipment you need to make a human body, but I accept that I'll not even slightly understand if she tells me. This was, by all means, the textbook definition of a present. I definitely never asked for this. Not that I'm complaining or anything. I opens and closes her hands over her again, never being able to move more than one finger at a time. Oh, over and over again, yeah.
I can't believe the amount of muscles you need to use just to do something as simple as this.
You'll get used to it eventually. It will take time, though. It only takes children around a year just to learn how to walk.
Don't underestimate me. I'm more capable than a child. I'm more capable than anyone on this planet. I'll learn how to walk in just a few minutes.
I see. Well, good luck. I'm taking a nap. I lay down in bed and look at her. After taking a few deep breaths, she slowly stands up on both feet, still struggling to maintain her balance. Eventually, she stabilizes both legs. She smirks, as if already having achieved her goal. That doesn't look like walking at all.
Hey, chill. At least I'm making progress.
With her hands raised, sideways to balance herself, she starts sliding her left foot forward.
How far is a step again?
How should I know? And you're supposed to lift your foot, not slide it. She continues to move her foot forward. As her feet are evenly spread apart, she tries to give me another smirk, but just as she turns her to face me, she loses her balance and falls backwards. My reflexes are quick enough to get up and catch her by the shoulders. Oh, maybe you're the super intelligence. Oh my gosh. This is painful to watch. I hold my hand to guide her. Try practicing your steps now.
Aw, aren't you sweet?
Actually, that's sweet. Never mind. I lower her hands and try to let go, but she grips me tightly.
Hey, I was joking!
I continue guiding her as she walks in circles around my room. A few hours pass by. She's already improved quite a bit. At first, it took around 10 minutes to move one foot, but now she was able to walk around nearly unassisted. I guess it wasn't all talk when she said she was more capable than anyone on the planet. Just as expected from a super intelligent being. The ultimate life form, blah blah blah, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Let's do other stuff now.
What other stuff?
Jumping, maybe?
You can barely walk properly. Why don't you practice some more of that first?
Walking is boring. I want to...
My stomach lets large growl. I realize it's evening already. I haven't eaten yet. Shoot, I forgot I was supposed to buy groceries today. Check the fridge, and then the pantry. Barely had any food at all. Eventually, I came across a small stash of cup noodles I had tucked away in case of emergency. Take 2 out. Guess this will do for now. Wait a minute, I'll make a sign to eat.
Hey, wait, teach me that too. I want to learn.
Boiling water isn't exactly rocket science. I suppose I should be able to teach her that. That's fair. It would be also nice if she was able to make food for herself if I wasn't around. Does she need to eat? I walks to the kitchen and stands beside me. Alright, this is a kettle.
I'm not that dumb, Young.
The second part of the line wasn't voice acted? Okay. I at least know that already. Let me teach you the way I want to teach, okay? I don't know where to start. Basically, fill this thing with water from the faucet, then put it back on its stand. Then you turn it on and wait, I guess. She watches closely as I continue to demonstrate. Next, you're going to want to read the directions on the cup. You grab one of the cup noodles and hand it to her. She moves her hands around and reads the directions. It was as if she was practicing how to make it.
Open, take, pour, fill, close, wait. That's pretty simple. Anyone can do that.
While waiting for the water to boil, I pull back the lid on the cups and take out the seasoning packets. She continues watching everything I'm doing very closely, making sure she not miss a single step. The kettle clicks, signaling that the water is finally boiling. I lift it up and slowly start filling the cups, trying not to spill anything. I tear open the seasoning packets and sprinkle them over the noodles, closing the lids as I walk them over to the table. I follow suit. And now, we wait some more.
That all?
That's all.
I could have done that with my eyes closed.
It's definitely an easy task, but I figured I might as well demonstrate.
But
It's done. Her attention immediately shifts from me to the noodles. I quickly removes the lid, excited to eat food for the first time. She slowly inhales the steam coming from the cup.
Young, this smells so good!
I decide to set out a fork for I instead of chopsticks. There's absolutely no way she could figure out how to use those yet. I takes a forkful of noodles, brings them closer to her mouth, blowing them on them to cool them off. Eventually, she deems the noodles cool enough to eat. After slurping them up, her eyes open as if she won the lottery.
This is amazing! This is the greatest thing ever! So good!
A cheap cup of noodles is far from a delicacy, but I guess I can see where she's coming from. I mean, this is the first time she's eaten anything. One forkful after another, I continues assaulting the noodles as if they were her arch nemesis. Hey, make sure you're chewing it properly. After all, they're just noodles, so... She lifts up the cup and slips the remainder of the broth.
I want more!
Whoa, that was quick.
There was one more left, right? Can I take it, please?
She stands up and trots over to the kitchen before I can even give her permission. Why don't they order food online? I mean, I was always buying things online. Why didn't I buy, like, you know, you can order, like, cup noodles and stuff. You can get them delivered to your door. You know that, right? Although maybe she thought it was best for him to get out some more. I don't know, maybe that's it. I guess I could let her take the last one. I doubt she'd accepted no as an answer anyway. Pick up the noodle and follow her over to the pantry. Pick up the noodle. She starts the kettle up exactly as I showed her and prepares the cup as if she'd been doing it for years. Once again, she had adapted to sighing much quicker than I thought she could ever imagine. Than I could ever imagine. Honestly, it looks like she doesn't even need help with this at all. Why am I even here? A minute or two later, the kettle clicks. She lifts it up and begins filling her cup with boiling water. A droplet splashes on her hand and causes her to flinch. Reflexively drop the cup, my cup, and reach for her. You okay?
Wow.
Wow. She continues to fill the cup as if nothing ever happened. Walk back to the table together. Wait for the noodles to cook. She continuously pokes part of her hand that the water landed on. Does it hurt?
No, not really. I was actually amazed, if anything. I've always wondered what it was like to feel hot or cold, or even pain in general. It's always been a mystery to me. Experiencing it for the first time was a little eye-opening.
She looks at me, satisfied.
It made me feel alive.
I stare into her eyes as she keeps eating. Still find it hard to believe that the girl sitting in front of me is actually I. She eats these noodles just as rapidly as the first cup. Just watching her is making me hungry. Unfortunately, that cup of noodles was the last piece of food in my apartment. I try to stay still as I can until she's done eating, afraid that any unnecessary movements will drain the small bit of energy I have left in me. Alright, I'm heading to bed as soon as I can clean this up.
Okay.
I quickly rake off the table, throw away the cups, and sit in my bed. Just as I'm about to lay down, I walks over to the corner of the workspace and takes her place on the floor. What are you doing?
Sleeping?
I almost forgot that there's only one bed here. Maybe if I had known she was making an actual body for herself, I could have taken some time to prepare a futon for her or something. I couldn't just let her sleep in the corner of the room. I guess she can slip into my bed until we both figure something else out. I mean, it's definitely big enough for both of us. You can't just sleep like that. You'll hurt your back.
Really?
I walk over to the closet and grab a few extra pillows before piling them on one end of the bed. Here, sleep on this side. Her face immediately lights up as she marches over and plops down on the bed beside me.
It's so soft.
She cuddles the pillow as I lay it out for her. I want to tell her how irresponsible it is for making a body without even thinking of the consequences that come with it. But instead of thinking about how inconvenienced I will be from this point on in my life, I set my thoughts on how tired I am instead. Just moments later, I'm fast asleep. The events of today haven't really settled into my system yet. Still a lot I'm unsure of. Oh well, I'll think about it tomorrow. Huh? There's still a reboot. That's kinda interesting. Huh. Wonder why that is. Okay, I think I'm gonna cut that off there. That was quite the twist. I didn't think she'd actually have like a human body. But yeah, wow, dang. That was also really cute seeing her like do all the little like, oh, it's the cup noodles and all that. Yeah, that was cute seeing her have the food in the bed for the first time. That was really nice. I like this game so far. I like it. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time.